Some people think that today's curriculum in schools is too rigid, too formulaic to inspire kids to learn. Well, we got a glimpse inside a so-called free school. Here, students call the shots on what and when they learn. And the teachers give this backwards arrangement their full support.
I wanted to go down.
Order! These are grade school children setting their own curriculum.
Any other activities? Michael.
If No Child Left Behind is inflexible, this is the other extreme, the free school system and its completely relaxed approach to education. In free schools, there are no tests, no homework, and classes, for the most part, are optional.
You can choose if you want to go to classes, and then if you don't, then you do whatever you like.
12-year-old Alex Berry is a free school student.
You can play the piano or go on the computer, check your email, hang out.
Hi.
This is the Albany Free School in upstate New York. The school was founded in 1969 in Albany's inner city, within blocks of the New York State Capitol. There are currently 63 students at the school, one of 68 free schools across the country. The school takes in children from pre-K to the 8th grade.
Diana? Retha?
The day begins at an activities meeting where the children take charge of planning the schedule.
Any other activities, Kristen?
The free school technique is simple, a democratic principle that gives the students as much power as the teachers, sometimes more.
Okay, I'll get out of your way.
Chris Mercogliano is co-director of the school.
Certainly our belief, can't prove it, but our belief is that each individual child is the best judge. They know what they need better than anybody else.
Is that it? If I see a kid come to me and say, I want to do math or I want to go for a hike, I sort of make that the priority.
Dave Harrison has been a teacher at the school for 5 years.
We don't place a value judgment on the choice between a hike and reading class. Do you know this word? Do you guys? In our world, they're equal.
That's probably nuts.
Former Secretary of Education William Bennett.
If you let 7 or 8-year-olds pick the way they want to spend their time, most of it will not be conducive to getting a good education.
Children don't know what they don't know.
Author and education critic Charles Sykes.
Somebody has to decide you need to learn science, you need to learn math, you need to learn history. And I think that when adults abdicate this responsibility, in a sense, they betray the trust that I think children ought to be able to have in grown-ups.
48?
12-year-old Liam Fisher Layton is in his 6th year at the school.
6 plus 6 plus 6, 7 times.
40? I don't know.
But it's hard to determine if he's performing at the 7th grade level in math or any other subject.
40 what?
6.
It's 42.
I used to think I was pretty good at it. Now that I'm back into it, I wasn't as good as I thought I.
We don't grade the kids. We really don't have any tests either. We don't rely on testing as an assessment instrument. We just don't find it's necessary.
Tests are a critical part. That's the way you find out whether kids are learning. We have to be sure that our kids, no matter where they're enrolled, anywhere in the United States, are working up to grade level.
Education analyst Chester Finn.
Testing is a very important instrument, like a thermometer or a blood pressure device, for knowing whether the patient might be sick. It's a way of exposing problems, and sometimes then knowing that you have to come in and do something about them.
But testing and grading are seen as competition at the free school, and that's not part of their philosophy.
Competitiveness in the classroom doesn't get us where we want to go. It doesn't work as well as that more cooperative spirit, as well as the idea of each child creating their own motivation.
Sykes disagrees.
You need to have some sort of an incentive. That's just the way human beings are. And this is the problem of allowing ideology to dominate your view.
If critics worry that the testing, and more testing philosophy of No Child Left Behind is creating a generation of robots, what kind of citizens will be produced by the free school system?
The CEO in our world is no different than the mechanic up the street. Life is easier if you make more money, but it's not what we place the most value on. These kids are really happy. And I think that's a result of the emphasis that we put on our day at the school of talking to the kids and not focusing just on academics.
Schools and teachers always put kids first, right? Not everyone thinks so.
As far as I'm concerned,